What's going on, guys? It's Fast1 and welcome back to another weapon review for Battlefield Hardline. So for today's weapon review, I am taking a look at the SG553. I personally feel like this carbine hasn't received a whole lot of attention, unlike weapons like the M416 and the M16A3. So I figured it was time for me to give this weapon a try and see how well it compares to the others. Now, the SG553 is a carbine available for the operator class in the cop faction, and it's easily obtainable for as little as $21,000. However, if you wish to use this weapon for the robbers faction, you will have to grind out a total of 1200 kills to get the license, which is not easy. So coming back to Hardline, I was very happy to see this weapon return to the game with many of its old characteristics taken straight from Battlefield 3, and after having played with the SG553 for a good amount of time and gathered up my thoughts on it, it became clear that this weapon is good in some scenarios but not so much in others. So before we jump straight into that, let's go over some of its stats to know more or less on how this weapon performs. So as you can see, the SG553 is doing a maximum damage of 25, a minimum damage of 15, with its drop off starting at 30 meters and then ending at 50 meters. Its rate of fire is on the low side, coming in at 700 rounds per minute, and that also comes with a very low muzzle velocity of 430 meters per second. Its magazine size is 31 rounds, and that comes with reload times of 2.65 seconds when fully empty and 2.15 seconds with one bullet left in the chamber. Now, as for the recoil patterns, they are very low. So now, with these stats out of the picture, let's talk about how the SG553 really performs in an actual match. Well, one thing I noticed right from the start about the SG553 is that it's a really stable weapon. Whether you're up close or at a medium distance from the enemy, it always stays free of any type of recoil that can hurt your overall performance, and I'd say it's probably among the most stable weapons in the game for the operator class. No matter where I was using it, I never found myself struggling to control the recoil as with some other rifles. Because of this, I spent a significant portion of my time with this weapon at medium ranges, where I felt it performed better by giving me more than enough distance to make use of the SG553's best characteristics. The SG553 was surprisingly good when it comes to hip firing as well. There were many instances where I had to hip fire to hold my own against much faster weapons, and it did a really good job at it. Of course, not everything was perfect for the SG553. I felt it was somewhat lacking in close ranges, where I would struggle a bit more to counter faster weapons, and the reason why I would hip fire more often with the SG553 compared to other weapons. But my biggest gripe with the SG553 is the time to kill the enemy. It would seriously take forever to kill a guy even when you were right on target, sometimes almost using an entire magazine to drop a single enemy, and that's a really frustrating situation to have. So I started thinking this could be because of its low damage and low rate of fire, which make a good combo to not get the kill right on time. There have been several occasions when I'm close to killing an enemy, and then before you know it, I'm the one dead because they were able to turn around in time and shoot me with an either faster or more damaging weapon, which really becomes an issue if you don't approach your enemies carefully. When it comes to the loadout for the SG553, there's not much to worry about. I personally run and recommend this weapon with any red dot sight, extended mags, the heavy barrel, and the angled grip. I found this loadout to work best in any particular situation, since it makes the SG553 more accurate, but at the same time it makes it more stable for burst firing in those distant scenarios. But you can always equip this thing with a silencer if you want to go the stealth route. Just keep in mind that this weapon's bullet velocity is already on the slow side, so adding a silencer will only decrease that even further, which will make it much more difficult to take out those moving targets. So yeah guys, this pretty much wraps up this weapon review. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating for the video, as it always helps out the video and the channel a lot. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe for weekly Battlefield videos. And as always, this is Fast1, and see you in the next video.